Sunday, the 20th of December, 2020. I've been kind of showing you that stretch of creek right there lately. That's a good full 4 feet above what it was yesterday morning. The wind hit last night really hard. There's, I don't know, 3 or 4 big limbs up by Mom's house laying in the driveway. The duckies. A couple went the other direction too. They usually all stay together. Wasn't any standing water here last night. So, I don't think it's supposed to stop raining for a few days. And that pipe's still out here. Luckily, it's still in a high spot. It all needs to come over here, and then all that needs to get tied to that pole. See what kind of a year it is. Mid-90s, I wasn't working on the farm. I was logging. I'm going to see if I can fall on my ass, too, because this is not only muckier than hell, but it's slick. Yeah. And, well, here. You can kind of see the slope I'm on. I'm on a steeper spot than right there. Rain let up, but it's still, it's just a plain old Oregon soaker right now. So I've traded my normal coat and hat in. Raincoat and a rain hat. And I'm picking and choosing where I'm going here. I'm going the wrong direction, but it's better than going the other way. Keep my butt dry this way instead of falling on it. Now I can walk around. So, was it TDH? Something like that. Honest Farming. He's been putting videos up again lately, but he's been leaving them made for kids, so you can't comment on it. He put one up this morning that was obviously from yesterday. I'm assuming yesterday it was daylight. They're down at Tillamook. And there's a couple rivers that run through Tillamook. They're along one of them, and he was talking about the different stages, different water levels, and how it affects their operation. And by the way, you don't want to step in that water right now. Had a dog many years ago that decided she was going to cross the creek. She started crossing up there by those trees. I got her pulled out right around the corner down here, right before she would have gone under the bridge. And the water was up to the top of the bridge, so, you know, she probably wouldn't have made it. And this is the level, from where it is up another foot is where I really hate it. Because we got muskrat and nutria, and they do some bank damage anyway. And when the water's at this level, it just tears the hell out of the banks. If it gets up and out of the banks, it doesn't. It makes it a lot nicer. Well, not necessarily a lot nicer, but if it's up out of the banks, it doesn't tear the banks up. Don't ask me why, but it doesn't. Got to be one of them hydrologically things. So, here you go, another look. Cows are all up there like, well, we don't want to go out there, but at the same time, they don't want to be up there either. Number one's supposed to clean feed barn and clean the lot today. That's been on the list for a few days, and it's so mucky up there, it ain't funny. And 2-year-old's lot where those young steers are, and that's the worst I've ever seen it, just because of the way the weather's been. In that time frame when I was logging, we had a pretty bad flood of 96, and I'm not sure if it was in 96 when I was down here doing the stuff, or it was a different year, but it was early, like it was in October. And the pump was still in. Dad and the hired man hadn't had a chance to do anything, and I came out here to find the water rising really quick. When I came out with the four-wheeler, the puddle over there was about what it is now. The creek was probably about what it is. And we had a couple fence posts holding the suction line. Well, they were underwater. I couldn't get to them. I spent almost 2 hours. Luckily, I got all the electrical unhooked and got the fuses pulled before the water got too high. I never did get the suction line unhooked. I just finally jerked it like crazy. But by the time I got the pump out, right in here where I'm standing, it was still like it is. It's lower over there. And I couldn't go up by the track hoe. I had to go out by the bridge. The four-wheeler was on the verge of sucking water. The water was running up over my knees. I couldn't sit on the seat because the seat was underwater. All I could do was, well, okay, hopefully I make it. And I got the pump with both suction lines still hooked on the back, dragging behind it, and one of those two fence posts that it was tied to. The other fence post we never did find. I got them all the way up there by the trailer. And I'll actually pass that up between the buildings. That's where I stopped and unhooked everything. Because, there wasn't any way I could do it down here. And literally by the time I had it all up there, there was water over right here. I've never seen it come up that quick before. And keep in mind, Mom and Dad got this place before my time. So I've seen it, well over my head where I'm standing right now, which would put it above that stump in the middle of the screen, almost up to the next one up the hill. So anyway, I'm going to start dragging some stuff around, get some pipe moved. There's some of the wind damage. That tree wasn't broke, it's rotten. Bunch of limbs laying behind it. I could see that from last night from up above. A couple of these others I'm kind of wondering about. We just haven't got to it yet. The plan was, since most of these aren't doing real well, get them out of here before they are a problem. So anyway, I'm going to start doing this. Don't know what I'm going to show you today, but this might be long enough to be by itself. I don't know. If you get a chance, though, go check out that guy's video. He kind of explains it pretty good, and I've seen Tillamook under a lot of water. I'm going to go back down there to show you where I was earlier, but you can get the gist of it. There is no more air gap at the bridge. Hasn't been for a couple hours. Center of the screen right there, along the creek. That's right where the pipe were. Actually, they'd be in the water about there. See where that kind of notches. Make a straight shot from the pump site to that notch. Would have been still up on the drive, but the rest of it would have been in the water by now. Number one got the barn scraped while she was doing that, and she got that lot over there where that covered feeder is done too. While she was doing that, I took Mom's little 135 and put the blade on it. I scraped the cow lot. Haven't used the blade in the cow lot for years. But once in a while, you just got to do it. I run it backwards. Back blade everything. Pulling forward, but back blade turned around so it doesn't dig. And, where that cow was standing earlier would have been 6 inches up her legs. It's not now. I might be able to get out here and open gates without drowning. See if we had enough light in here to show this. Usually we don't bring all the lot scrapings in here, but as wet as it is, I can't take them anywhere else. There's a lot scrapings. Pull that up to dam it. It can sit there, the water can filter out. Let's see. Yeah, against the wall right there, that's over 2 feet deep. It's just thick enough it's not running out the end of the barn. So, yeah, what a wonderful day. Would have been a whole lot less soup if it hadn't rained all freaking night. And I just walked through a bunch of rocks back there that she left. I don't like leaving rocks on the concrete in here. But once in a while it happens. So hopefully nobody steps on it. And yeah, it's dinner time for them. They just got to get out of the way of the gate. And maybe since I was soaked clear through earlier and put all clean clothes on, and I'm now out here to feed, let's see if I can keep them getting splattered when they come in. Oh wait, it's not a foot deep out here, so I shouldn't get splattered. Oh hey, brand new boots on too. I knew I had an extra pair somewhere. I found them in Mom's basement. Because the only thing I had in the house was my slippers. I ain't wearing them out here. Yeah, these ladies will be happy now. We're getting almost time to start really watching them when they come in. Number one said she saw a couple of them with some mucus the other day, but we're about 4 weeks off before the first one might be due. So it's kind of expected to be somewhat close. A couple of them can show some. As long as they ain't losing their plug yet, I'm good with that. Crybaby's over there waiting for their grain because they'll still get grain tonight. And the boys standing there waiting for me to go feed them too. But first things first, try to stay on the high spot so I don't sink, because there is a low spot in here. But it's still a mess. The only way to make it any better is to take a bunch of gravel out. I ain't taking gravel out. Only left a couple inches of slop, but that couple inches of slop with all the rain we got became probably 4 inches. So anyway, that's my Sunday. I don't know how much more flooding we're still supposed to get, but you know, we haven't seen a serious flooding here for years. But you never know. They're calling for mild and wet. So, hey, with that, thanks for watching. It's more than a long enough video. Waste your Sunday night. So, hey, please like and subscribe. That's what they say you're supposed to do. I don't know. It's up to you. Hopefully you like it. Doesn't hurt to subscribe. It's free.